Well, hello there, and welcome to the Mindset Alchemy podcast. I'm your host, Janine Kathleen, and I'm delighted to be here as a mom of two and partner to an awesome and incredible husband. I value solitude. I'm not talking about being alone or loneliness, I'm talking about solitude here. As an empath, I very much understand the importance to myself of solitude. And this is where I take myself off for a run, go for a walk, and just generally make quiet time for myself. I can even do that in my home with everybody around me just by being quiet. That solitude is not necessarily taking yourself and going where there's nobody or nothing. It's just a time of restoration, a time of completion, contemplation, and ruminating. When we use the word think, it's a bit of a challenge because when we use that word think, we very often, uh, sorry, I was just fixing that up. We very often cut ourselves from the neck down off, whereas when we feel, we use our whole body. However, and when we contemplate and we consider and we ruminate, we're not necessarily thinking. We are more feeling into something. We are looking to experience something and we are sitting with it. And this is very much what solitude is. Some of the benefits of solitude that you choose to have are, as an empath, it helps you restore your energy, helps you step more towards your purpose and where you are going. For myself, I used to come back from the shopping centers wiped out. I couldn't move, I couldn't think, my blood sugar was going haywire. And I spoke last week about grounding. This was very much where I learned how to ground myself when I came home from the shops and to dust off all the stuff, extra energies. I also learned through understanding what are my thoughts, my feelings, and who I am, that I'm picking up on other people's thoughts and feelings and emotions and experiences. And as a healer, I am taking them into my body. So I have learned to flow the energy through me and set the intention that it doesn't stick around in my body. And this has made such an incredible difference. And solitude gave me this because it gave me the ability to understand who I am, what is mine, and what is others. And you know what? I still get caught by it. And that's okay because we have experience to have experiences. A story that I have told before, empaths are very interesting. My son would come in the front door and without even knowing, being able to see me, he'd say, "What's wrong? What's happening?" Because he would be able to pick up on the feelings around. And normally I was thinking about something or something had caused me to rethink things or I was annoyed with somebody and he would pick up on that. Now, just imagine that in a shopping center where that's filled with people or people that have been there. Because people, when we have low, heavy energies, we leave those behind, and other people walk through them and pick up on them. And that is the value of watching what our words and our thoughts are, because we leave them behind sometimes. We don't actually leave the thought of the word behind, we leave the energy of it, the imprint of it. And so when you go, solitude helps you to understand this because you can feel the difference of just being with yourself and being with others, and when you take it on and when you don't. And that is something that I really work with my clients on, is how to flow that energy through themselves so that you are more able to interpret what is yours and not take on and keep other people's energies. This helps you very much. Again, solitude helps you to focus on setting the intention and feeling and experiencing or seeing or hearing the energies and working with them. Also gives you a very good idea into what you are thinking and what is predominant in your life. It helps to improve your concentration when you have a time of solitude because you learn to focus. You learn to say, "Oh, I don't wish to keep this thought, let it go by." Or you start noticing which thoughts keep coming and popping up. And I tend to keep a journal next to me. And before I begin either meditation, contemplation, rumination, or a time of solitude, this means stillness. Before I have a time of stillness, yes, I know I'm running. However, I'm not doing things that are mundane and normally in that I would normally do. And where I live, it's very much stillness. It's along the seaside in a coastal reserve, and there's nothing there except the birds and me. However, it is best done sitting still, so find a nice spot to sit still in. And this helps you improve your concentration because when you can sit for an hour doing nothing except focusing on your breathing and focusing on what is coming forward, not what is inadvertently coming forward, focusing either on a mantra or, or a decision or something you're working on. It gives you that focus and that helps improve your concentration. Now, I know people that are said to have concentration challenges and they manage quite fine doing this because it's something they choose to do, something they enjoy doing. I find it interesting when I hear people saying they can't do it because can't normally means won't. Can you build up to it? Absolutely. I didn't start off running 10 kilometers. I started off 1 kilometer at a time. In fact, I started off with walk 3 lampposts, run one. And then it built up to run three, walk one. And however you do it, make that time to have solitude. Create the space to have that quiet time to increase your concentration and focus. It very, very much helps you to understand yourself because you think, where did that idea come from? Is this my idea? And a phrase I love using from Lee Harris is, I release all thoughts and emotion. I release all energies, thoughts, and emotions, not mine. Something from a modality called access consciousness. Whose is this? And when it feels light, return to sender with consciousness attached. Or I'll say, whose is this? And as it feels light, I will return it to Mother Earth to be transmuted back to myself as love, light, laughter, and life. Because this it allows the cells in our body to expand and brings much more lightness into our being, brings lightness into our day, brings lightness into to show us the way, literally to show us the way. The other thing is it helps us increase our creativity. When we have that quiet time, we are not thinking about little Johnny's meal or what we should do for our client or our company necessarily. And this brings an awareness. And the awareness brings our creativity. Ideas come forward, things pop out, and they may not do it while you. I had a sudden thought of somebody giving birth while they're meditating. Being a midwife, that was an interesting visual. The bottom line is when you've had time of solitude, you're coming into awareness with yourself. You're coming into connection with yourself. It's very much like with grounding. It's also a form of grounding. And through this, ideas that you may not have heard or felt or experienced before come forward. And this increases your creativity. It brings resolution of challenges like Newton who was sitting under the tree and the apple dropped on his head, or the who said Eureka? Somebody was in a bath and they saw the water displaced. They were taking time out. They were being still. And in the stillness, in the solitude, they received ideas and awarenesses and perceptions they wouldn't have received necessarily otherwise. It also helps us improve our relationships because we come into a much better relationship with ourselves. And as we come into a greater relationship with ourselves, wow, I know I have definitely found that doing an hour of silent meditation has extremely made a difference in my relationships because I've connected with myself. I've brought calmness and peace, a core of calmness and peace to myself that I do not react in a way that I previously would have or could have. I am now, because I'm allowing thoughts to go through and allowing them to go on their way rather than capturing them and working on them, I can do the same thing in various situations and see what other people are saying, thinking, or feeling as an interesting point of view. Not giving energy to it, not giving space to it, just allowing it to flow through me like energy flows through. It also helps me be more productive. And when we have that stillness and that solitude, our productivity increases because we've had time out, we've had a mini holiday. And this is so important. In fact, it is potent. It is so incredibly powerful to be able to do this. These are the benefits of solitude. They allow us to understand what we are thinking, what we are feeling, see the story we've been telling ourselves and telling other people, and it brings in an awareness of where we are going, who we are going with, and what we do not wish to take with us at a much, much deeper level. And as we release what is coming forward to be released, this is where the healing comes in. This is where the word independence is coming forward, our independence from other people's beliefs and hooks on us. And we are able to unhook ourselves from perceptions that are not working for us or with us. We are able to unhook ourselves from other people's thoughts that we've taken on, other people's feelings that we have absorbed, and release it and let it go. And this is the value of solitude. Thank you for joining me. And if you would like to know more about working with me, that we can explore this to enhance you, that we can turn the lead of your past into the gold of your present and the fortune of your future, wow, reach out and let us understand what your thoughts, your words, and your feelings are creating in your life, how to shift that story and create the magic and miracles and marvelousness of you. Have a great day. Oh, please could you leave me a 5-star review on iTunes? I'm looking to create this as one of the best podcasts ever. I would also appreciate any suggestions, thoughts, feelings, and experiences you had. Email me at via my website, JanineKathleen.com, and let's chat and see where we can help each other. Bye bye.